ago, in a prosperous kingdom surrounded by forests and golden fields, the people loved their king. King Kweku was wise. He listened before speaking. He judged fairly. He remembered the names of farmers, fishermen, and market women alike. Under his rule, the kingdom flourished. Children played safely in the streets. Traders traveled from distant lands. Harvest festivals filled the air with dancing and laughter. Of course, not everyone admired King Kweku. Anansi the spider had his doubts. Now, Anansi respected very few people. He thought most people worked too hard. He believed many problems could be solved with clever shortcuts. And deep in his heart, he carried one particular belief. I could do a much better job. Whenever villagers praised the king, Anansi rolled his eyes. The king simply sits on a throne all day. Anyone could do that. He wears fancy clothes, nods wisely, and everyone applauds. Even I could be king. One afternoon, while boasting beneath the baobab tree, Mother Efua overheard him. You think ruling is easy? She asked. Anansi smiled confidently. Easier than catching dinner. Mother Efua studied him. Be careful what you wish for. But Anansi only laughed. That very night, as moonlight silvered the village paths, a strange visitor arrived. An old traveler carrying a carved staff stopped before Anansi's home. I hear you believe you could rule better than King Kweku. I know I could, Anansi replied proudly. The traveler smiled. Then perhaps you should have the opportunity. Before Anansi could respond, the traveler tapped the ground with his staff. The world spun, stars blurred, wind rushed past. When Anansi opened his eyes, he sat upon the royal throne. The great hall stretched before him. Golden banners hung overhead. Guards stood at attention. Courtiers bowed. Trumpets sounded. Long live King Anansi, they cried. Anansi nearly fainted with delight. I knew it, he whispered. I was born for this. He adjusted his crown. He waved grandly. The first hour of his reign had begun. Immediately, a farmer approached. Your Majesty, said the farmer, our river has changed course and flooded our fields. We need assistance. Anansi sighed. Dig another river. The farmer blinked. Your Majesty, that could take months. Then work faster. The farmer left looking bewildered. Next came two fishermen arguing over fishing rights. Who is correct? They asked. Anansi pointed randomly. You. The other fisherman protested. But Your Majesty, decision made, Anansi interrupted. The angry fishermen stormed away. Moments later, merchants entered. There is disagreement regarding market taxes. Lower them, said Anansi. But then, how will we repair roads? Asked an advisor. Raise them. But then traders will leave. Then lower them again. The advisor rubbed his temples. Soon the palace filled with problems, boundary disputes, marriage disagreements, missing livestock, road repairs, trade negotiations, drought concerns, school funding, medical needs. Every decision affected hundreds of lives. Anansi's confidence began to crack. He barely had time to breathe. Then the chief cook burst inside. The royal feast has burned. The captain of the guard arrived. Bandits have been sighted near the eastern road. The treasurer hurried forward. The kingdom's accounts require approval. An elder stepped in. 3 neighboring villages demand mediation. A mother cried, My child is ill. Anansi stared helplessly. When does the king rest? The advisor looked confused. When the kingdom rests. By now, only 20 minutes had passed. Sweat dripped down Anansi's face. He removed the heavy crown. It pinched. His magnificent robes felt unbearably hot. He missed his quiet little home. He missed afternoons beneath the baobab tree. He even missed searching for food. At least those problems belonged only to him. Then came the greatest challenge of all. A young boy approached the throne. "Your Majesty," he said softly, "why should we trust you?" The hall fell silent. Anansi opened his mouth, then closed it. Finally, he answered honestly, "I don't know." The boy nodded thoughtfully. "My father says kings carry everyone's worries." Anansi looked around. He suddenly understood. Leadership was not privilege, it was responsibility. The throne was not a reward, it was service. The crown was not power, it was burden. Only 10 minutes remained. Anansi stood. He addressed the crowded hall. "I thought being king meant telling people what to do. I thought it meant admiration. I thought it meant comfort. But I was wrong. I see now that every decision matters. A careless word can hurt people. A selfish choice can damage lives. Leadership means listening. It means sacrifice. It means placing others before yourself." The advisors exchanged surprised glances. For the first time in his life, Anansi spoke without boasting. The mysterious traveler reappeared beside the throne. "Have you learned what you needed to learn?" Anansi looked at the crown in his hands. "Yes." The traveler smiled. "Then your hour is complete." The palace dissolved. The banners faded. The throne disappeared. Anansi found himself once more beneath the baobab tree. Mother Efua sat nearby. "Well?" she asked. Anansi looked toward the distant palace of King Kweku. "I owe the king an apology." Mother Efua raised an eyebrow. "You?" Anansi nodded. "I thought leadership was about being important. But it is about being useful." The old woman smiled. "And would you still like to be king?" Anansi shuddered. "Absolutely not." Word of Anansi's strange experience spread throughout the kingdom. Children laughed whenever he walked by. "How was your reign, Your Majesty?" they teased. "Long enough," Anansi muttered. Yet something had changed. He complained less. He listened more. He thanked people whose work often went unnoticed. And whenever villagers praised King Kweku, Anansi no longer rolled his eyes. Instead, he nodded, because he understood something few people ever truly appreciate. The strongest leaders are not those who seek power. They are those willing to carry responsibility. The greatest rulers are not those who sit above others. They are those who serve them. As for Anansi, he remained clever. He still enjoyed shortcuts. He still occasionally caused trouble. After all, Anansi was Anansi. But whenever he was tempted to declare that someone else's job looked easy, he remembered the crown. He remembered the endless stream of problems. He remembered the frightened mother, the worried farmers, the questioning child. And he remembered that wisdom often begins the moment pride gives way to humility. That is why the elders say, before judging those who lead, one should first imagine carrying the weight they bear, because sometimes 1 hour is enough to change a lifetime of understanding. If this story spoke to you, leave a like and subscribe so these African folktales continue to live on for the next generations. Until our next story, walk gently through the world, and may wisdom guide your path.